Hey, so you're probably wondering really what is a walk and role play? Well, I should start from the beginning. Here at the DeGuire House, we love playing games. Lots of games. Tabletop games, card games. One of the kind of games we like the best is role playing games. In a role playing game, you get to pretend to be somebody you're not. You get to play act and pretend that you're in a different place and a different time. But you don't have to memorize a script. It's not like having a skit or a play. You make it up as you go, and that's really fun. Now, you can have it in all sorts of settings. Now, remember, you're walking through a park, so you're going to use your imagination to pretend that you're on an alien landscape where the sky is purple and the trees are blue. Or you're in a fantasy world and you can see a group of elves hiding behind the trees over there. So if you're going to have magic in your world, how do you pretend that? Well, you got to answer a simple question. How common is your magic? Is it like Harry Potter, like in the Weasley house, where magic's being used to stir something in the pot? Or is it very uncommon, like Lord of the Rings, and only some people have magic, and it's hidden away in secret places, and oftentimes for good reason. So you got to kind of figure that out. Your game master, the storyteller, he or she will help you figure this out. And I'll talk more about that later. But when you comes to you playing in this game, well, it's hard to break the rules because you make them up as you go. And it's all about having fun and pretending that you're somebody that you're not. And maybe you're a great hero here to save the day. Maybe you're here to help a hero along their path. Who knows? But the idea of the hero and the hero's tale can make the storytelling a lot easier. So we're going to put in a little video here, and you can watch that, and I'll talk with you later.
What do Harry Potter, Katniss Everdeen, and Frodo all have in common with the heroes of ancient myths? What if I told you they are all variants of the same hero? Do you believe that? Joseph Campbell did. He studied myths from all over the world and published a book called The Hero with a Thousand Faces, retelling dozens of stories and explaining how each represents the monomyth or hero's journey. So, what is the hero's journey? Think of it as a cycle. The journey begins and ends in the hero's ordinary world, but the quest passes through an unfamiliar, special world. Along the way, there are some key events. Think about your favorite book or movie. Does it follow this pattern? Status quo, that's where we start. 1 o'clock, call to adventure. The hero receives a mysterious message, an invitation, a challenge. 2 o'clock, assistance. The hero needs some help, probably from someone older, wiser. 3 o'clock, departure. The hero crosses the threshold from his normal, safe home and enters the special world and adventure. We're not in Kansas anymore. 4 o'clock, trials. Being a hero is hard work. Our hero solves a riddle, slays a monster, escapes from a trap. 5 o'clock, approach. It's time to face the biggest ordeal, the hero's worst fear. 6 o'clock, crisis. This is the hero's darkest hour. He faces death and possibly even dies, only to be reborn. 7 o'clock, treasure. As a result, the hero claims some treasure, special recognition, or power. 8 o'clock, result. This can vary between stories. Do the monsters bow down before the hero, or do they chase him as he flees from the special world? 9 o'clock, return. After all that adventure, the hero returns to his ordinary world. 10 o'clock, new life. This quest has changed the hero. He has outgrown his old life. 11 o'clock, resolution. All the tangled plot lines get straightened out. 12 o'clock, status quo, but upgraded to a new level. Nothing is quite the same once you're a hero. Many popular books and movies follow this ancient formula pretty closely. But let's see how well The Hunger Games fits the hero's journey template. When does Katniss Everdeen hear a call to adventure that gets the story moving? When her sister's name is called from the lottery. How about assistant? Is anyone going to help her on her adventure? Hey, Mitch. What about departure? Does she leave her ordinary world? She gets on a train to the capital. Okay, so you get the idea. What do you have in common with Harry Potter, Katniss Everdeen, and Frodo? Well, you're human, just like them. The hero's journey myth exists in all human cultures and keeps getting updated because we humans reflect on our world through symbolic stories of our own lives. You leave your comfort zone, have an experience that transforms you, and then you recover and do it again. You don't literally slay dragons or fight Voldemort, but you face problems just as scary. Joseph Campbell said, "In the cave you fear to enter lies the treasure you seek." What is the symbolic cave you fear to enter? Auditions for the school play? Baseball tryouts? Love? Watch for this formula in books, movies, and TV shows you come across. You will certainly see it again, but also be sensitive to it in your own life. Listen for your call to adventure. Accept the challenge. Conquer your fear and claim the treasure you seek. And then do it all over again.
Now, what about the storyteller, the game master, the person who's describing things and putting challenges before the young heroes as they walk through their park? Well, oftentimes this can be a parent or another adult, or maybe an older sibling, but in time, I have found that my 11-year-old is a pretty good storyteller as well. It takes a little bit of patience, and you got to plan ahead of time. Think about the story you want to tell that day in the park. Where do you get story ideas? Wow, that's easy. You can find them obviously, you can find great stories in the Torah, but you can also find great stories everywhere around us. I mean, I mentioned Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings, but Greek mythology and Percy Jackson gives us lots of fun things to play with. Older mythologies, other mythologies, stories from other cultures. Borrow ideas. You're a storyteller. Be creative. And it's okay to make up things on the spot. If your story doesn't seem like it's going the way you want, then change it. It doesn't have to go any way that you don't want to take it. And if it seems like it's not working, you can stop at any time. What Lily and I have found is a really good story can go on to more than one walk. Maybe it's 2 or 3 walks. It becomes an epic adventure. So storyteller, you have to kind of think that out. I thought about what Lily wanted with her character. She was a lost princess, forgotten, and she was trying to find her way. So for me as a storyteller with her, I could build in lots of things I knew she would enjoy. And of course, since you know your participants, your players, then you can build things around what they like. You can put in jokes that only they'll get, because it's about having fun. Making an ordinary walk extraordinary by doing a walk and role play. Hi, I'm John.
And I'm Lily.
Well, our family really likes to tell stories.
And we really like games too.
And in an effort to try and get us to be healthy and walk more, we decided we would draw those two things together.
And nature hikes are boring.
Well, they can be. And after all the good nature hikes you guys have been on since COVID, you're probably looking for something new. So, we came up with something new. Lily calls it a
Walk and role play.
walk and role play. This is where we get to tell a story and play a game as we walk in a park together. It's all about having fun and being creative and pretending where you are isn't what it really looks like. And you have to use your imagination, and you work together to tell a story.
Yeah. And
What's your favorite part of it, Lily?
probably just being able to walk around and interact with the things in the park, like make a stick a magical staff, or make a pavilion a shop.
Ah, make a pavilion a shop. What a good idea. Let's do a demonstration, shall we?
Sure.
We've traveled a long way. We haven't eaten in a long time. I'm hungry.
Me too.
Princess, we cannot be getting food from just anywhere. But look, we've come upon this sandwich shop. It says Sam's Sandwich Shop.
See, he's the Sam sandwich.
All right, stay a minute. I'll draw my sword. This looks a little suspect. So we come up on it, and there is these big red and blue drapes that hang, and there's the smells of all sorts of delicious food emanating out of it. And you can hear like a little bit of music coming from inside. The entire pavilion has got these long drapes hanging down.
It smells like more than sandwiches.
Smells
That's for
really,
sure.
it does. It smells really good. All right, hang on. So, your protector's still standing here. Then the curtains part. Yes? What do you want? You see a man standing before you. He's short, he's skinny, and he looks very serious. What do you want?
We were very hungry and we're asking if we could come in and eat something, please.
He steps out. Sandwich shop, huh? Do you have money?
I lean over to my protector and ask if we have money.
Peanuts.
Yes.
All right, you can come in. Don't touch anything. And he leads you guys in. All right. So now you step in, and there's curtains and beautiful fabric hanging from everywhere around, except the center of the room. That's the only place that seems to be relatively open. And the small man with the serious face says, "Please wait here." And he turns around and he walks through where some of the fabric and drapes are hanging. And he seems to just kind of disappear into them. All right.
Yes, we're waiting.
Protector. Smells good in here, though. All right. Well, a little uncertain, but and then you hear the music seems to kind of turn up, like 2 or 3 other stringed instruments are playing together. It's beautiful, and yet it's a little bit. It's like some of the instruments aren't quite tuned right, not quite together. It sounds nice, but then it gets a little bit off-putting. Okay, now from the other side of the room, this man steps out. Welcome to my sandwich shop. I'm so glad you've traveled here. Clearly you are hungry. What sandwich would you like today?
Oh, what kind of sandwiches?
What kind of sandwich would you like today?
I don't know.
Okay, protector. Well, I'll take a roast beef sandwich if you have one. Roast beef, it's one of our finest. Roast beef sandwich, please. And what would you like? BLT. You can hear things kind of moving and shuffling around behind the curtains, and you can't really tell what curtain is coming from. It's coming from behind you and around you. And then the short serious man comes out, and he's got 2 plates. He hands one to you and one to the protector, and he looks at you and looks at him, and he disappears. He comes back and he has 2 chairs He puts the chairs down, and he looks at you both, and he walks away, and he comes back around. He's got two little tables. You guys can sit down and eat.
Set the food on the table.
Sam, nicely done. Thank you. The man. And he walks away. Please enjoy, for this is the finest sandwich shop you'll ever visit. In fact, there's many things you can find here that aren't sandwiches.
Isn't it a sandwich shop though?
So your protector continues to eat his roast beef sandwich. Oh, this is really good. Really good. It, in fact, is one of the best BLTs you've ever had. This might be one of the finest sandwiches you've ever eaten. The bread is perfectly fresh. The vegetables are cut just right. Everything is on. In fact, it's the best baking you've ever eaten. So, you get through it, and as you finish and the plate is done, suddenly the little serious, the short serious man comes walking back through. He picks up the dishes, looks at you as if he's always annoyed, and walks out. Sam, who has been standing here quietly reveling in your happiness, says, "Is there anything else I can get you here at Sam's Sandwich Shop?"
And then
Your protector leans over. Oh, at Sam's Sandwich Shop? Do you think we have maps? Of course we have maps. What would you like the map of?
land.
Ah, the big land?
The big land.
Excellent. Good choice. A large map of the entire land. Your protector kind of leans in and says, "Wow, I wonder if they got anything else. What do we need?" "Oh, ask for one." "All right." The protector says, "Well, we could use a gem of healing. That would be helpful." Gem of healing. At Sam's Sandwich Shop, you would expect us to have gems of healing? Of course we do. Gem of healing. Standard. The little man with a serious face comes walking back in. He has the map. He hands you the map. It's a large map. Gem. Healing. And he disappears off into the folds. He says, "Soon I must be closing, for my staff has grown weary, and we must rest. But you should have sandwiches to travel with." Your protector's like, "Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Can I get a large club?" he asks. Is there anything else you'd like?
Roast beef.
We'll pack sandwiches to go. Sandwiches to go. From behind all the fabric hanging down, everyone actually hears. So he comes walking back in, and he's got a gem, and he's dragging this big club, and he hands it to the protector. And the protector looks and goes, "I meant a club sandwich." So once everything is together, all the sandwiches are packed, he decides he's going to keep the big club. It might come in handy. Sam says, "It is now closing time, and it has been a pleasure serving you. Please be safe on your journeys."
What about a wagon?
What about a wagon?
This is Sam's Sandwich Shop. Of course we have a wagon. And from the back you hear crash, bang, bang, slam, crash, bang. Perhaps tomorrow we'll have a wagon. Please, safe journeys. And he escorts you over, and he pulls the fabric and the curtains aside, and you and your protector walk out. He's got the big club slung over his shoulder.
I have the map snug over my shoulder.
And then you look back, and the wind blows, and all the fabric and curtains move, and then the colors blend, and it disappears. Look, dangerous duckards. They are man-eating. They'll tear you apart. Beware of them. I will dispatch them. They will not come closer. They will not come closer. See, I'm stopping them. They are moving on.
What about that one?
The will in that one is strong, but the others have gone away. We have dispatched the duckards. They are dangerous. There, they're gone. You are safe now. The map's right ahead of us. I know it is.
You sure?
Keep moving.
Oh, you're right.
There it is. There's the map. You can see. Yes, this is where we've emerged. And this is where we must travel. We have a long way to go.
Yeah.
This is the final destination. All right. Pull out the... Do you have the map from Sam?
Of course I have the map.
Let's take a look at it here. Okay, all right, so this part here is this part here on the big map.
Okay.
Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
All right.
So that's there,
Over
so
here.
we're over here.
You right here.
Yeah, right there.
All right. All right, let's roll it up. Here, you keep it in your pack.
Okay.
All right. All right. Where's the princess? Where did she go? Where's the princess? I've lost her. Where's the princess? Wait. Whoa! On her. so Tower Grove Park is rich with lots of beautiful places and unique structures inside of it. Many parks have that in the city and in the county, so take advantage of those. This is a nice little nature hike that we've done many times together, but today we're going to go visit the elves because this is where they live, and we will meet with one of the elven elders and see how that goes. I'm hopeful, but sometimes they're not so friendly. Is one of their sacred ponds. That's where the elven leader will be. That's who we're supposed to meet up with. Is there anything else you suggest we do before we go any further?
Maybe you should hide your sword. They might be friendly and would feel threatened if they saw your sword.
I don't like the idea, but you're probably right. All right, let's proceed, but keep your eyes open, always looking around.
Got it.
Now is when we should be most alert. All of their markers are up everywhere. We're probably surrounded by elves right now and we can't even see them. All right, we're supposed to go to the pond and wait. Let's move carefully. Keep your eyes open. Wait, stop. At this point, all the light starts to gather around where the waterfall is. The waterfall is filled with light, a blue-green light that seems to bathe the whole area. And then an older man with pointy ears in long blue and green cloak appears. He has white hair and very strong blue eyes. And he looks upon you and says, "Why have you come to my pond? This is sacred to us elves, and you have desecrated it by being here. What do you say for yourself?"
We were here to meet one of the elders.
And why would an elder want to meet with you, young human?
I'm not a human.
Wait. You are not a human, and yet you are. You are both human and elf. That is what you seek, isn't it? To understand yourself. I have something for you. You think your journey is at an end, but yet it is just beginning. Step forward, young one. Closer. You are in the prophecy. The prophecy states that a stranger, one who is both human and elf, will come to bring peace to the land. I reject such prophecies, for I think the elves should crush the humans. But it is my job to pass on this information to you. And he reaches out his hand, and some of the light from the waterfall comes to his hand. Put your hand out, young one. And as he puts his hand over your hand, water starts to pour out of his hand and into your hand. And the water runs, the feeling of the cold water runs up your arm and on your shoulder and bathes your whole body. You're chilly all of a sudden. Not wet, just kind of chilly. And then he reaches out his hand again and twirls it again. Put your other hand out. And he does it again, but this time it runs into you the same way, but it feels sort of warm. And suddenly you're kind of balanced out. You have many questions, but I am not the one to answer. I have given you a gift.
What kind of gift?
I have given you a gift. What do you say, human without any sort of manners?
Thank you.
Excellent. Very well. Your path is not done. You must travel further to get more information to find out what I have given you. It will be fun if you can figure it out, human. Maybe you in fact are the prophecy. And if not, oh well, one more human. And at that, bright light shines all around him and he says, good luck, you're gonna need it. And he dissipates and disappears, and all around it starts to drizzle rain, just briefly. Well, that was something. Wow.
Wouldn't it have been much easier if you had just told me what he gave me?
Elves don't work that way. You know, it's always some sort of challenge or puzzle or poem or trick or map you have to hold up to a moon or something. All right, I guess we have more to journey. Let's finish through this. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
This way. Watch the log. So one of the storytelling tools you can have in many parks are bridges. They make for great storytelling elements. Everything from, your character having a dream about riches being under the bridge when really the riches are underneath your stove in your kitchen.
Obviously.
Right. But there's lots of opportunities to build it into a story, right? Everything from a billy goat gruff passing over the bridge to a variety of other things.
Halt!
Oh.
Who dares cross my bridge?
We will cross your bridge.
I think not. Not without paying the toll.
Do we have anything to pay him? What should we do? Should we pay him or should we try and fight him?
I can hear you, you know.
He has good hearing as well. Crap.
Go talk to him.
Me?
Yeah. All I've got is a sword. You're smart.
Almighty troll, may we please pass your bridge?
Not without paying the toll.
Can we ask him a riddle? Maybe that he'd take a riddle.
What about a riddle?
A riddle?
All right.
Those aren't very tasty.
Wait. Do you remember?
Tasty sandwich.
Sandwiches from Sam.
From Sam.
All right,
Okay.
I got the bag. Here, give him a sandwich. That's a good one.
Oh, that smells good. What is that?
A sandwich.
A sandwich?
From Sam's.
Sam makes good sandwiches. I will take all your sandwiches.
Then that will leave us without any sandwiches.
I think that's the point.
I don't think that's my problem.
We'll give you 2 sandwiches, one for each of us to cross the bridge. That's fair.
How many sandwiches do you have?
2.
Okay, I'll take 2.
Let's go.
You may
Let's go,
pass.
let's go. Bridges can be used obviously for clear metaphors, and depending on how old your players are, you can play with that as well. But bridges are good storytelling tools. You have any thoughts?
Normally what we use bridges for is normally when we're in magical lands. We normally put something on a foe or an enemy that the heroes have to face to get across the bridge to go save this person.
And you could pretend that this bridge is actually connecting a spaceship to another spaceship, or a spaceship, and this is the airlock that leads you out to an alien world. There's lots of opportunities using bridges.
The big thing with walking in the park before we came up with walk and roleplay was it was really boring. It was kind of just like a pain to get me out of the house. But as soon as me and my dad came up with walk and roleplay, me and him started coming out pretty much almost every week, and it pretty much changed the whole walking experience for me and my family.
Princess, somewhere around here, we have to find the grandmother tree. Only then can we find out some of the understand your power. But I don't know where it is. Do you know where it is?
I think I feel its presence over here somehow.
All right, we'll need to go for a walk and see if we can find it.
Okay.
This is the grandmother tree. I've been here before. It seems like when I was a child, very young. Trees never spoke to me. Trees don't talk.
Yeah, I don't even know trees. Can trees talk?
Can trees talk?
Sometimes we can, if the conversation is interesting enough.
I'm guessing our conversation was interesting enough then.
Well, perhaps not your conversation, but your aura is.
Oh, it's when we saw the elven elder.
Elder, yeah.
And he gave you those blessings from the waterfall.
You have power.
I mean, I've guessed that. I mean, we talked to the elder.
The elder gave you the power, I see. Did he tell you what it was for?
No, he just gave it to me and then disappeared.
Well, if he entrusted you with the power, I suppose you should know what it is. I can only tell you what half the power is, as only half of it pertains to me.
Where's it even coming from?
Look at your left hand.
My...
Your left hand. Your other left hand.
This hand.
Your left hand was blessed with the water power of healing. Put that hand on my knot.
Which one?
Pick a knot, any knot.
Not that one.
Not that knot. This one here.
This one?
Try that.
Yes, child. Feel the power within you. Feel the healing. See your aura shift to a shimmery blue.
Whoa, she is blue, shimmery.
Feel that power inside you. The elf gave you that power. Use it wisely, for it may not last if you abuse it. May peace go with you.
What does the other hand do?
Whoa, she didn't say. I guess you only get the knowledge of the left hand here.
I guess you only get one sentence.
All right, well,
One sentence per week.
all right, well, that's
Come back
good.
next week.
All right. Well, then I guess we need to journey on.
Uh-huh.
Wait, I believe you forgot something. Come back. Come back.
So a lot of this is just making up stories as you go. But like improvising, exactly. You can use basic ideas like what we saw in the hero's journey, but you can make up whatever you like. Finding really nice trees in your park, well, they're everywhere. And so finding them to use as a way to tell stories is really a nice way to acknowledge the tree. This tree's been here a very long time. You can also take a moment of science and figure out what these really are. So there's lots of ways we can make an ordinary walk in the park extraordinary. But still, this is the walk and role play, so there's more. So sometimes as the adult or the older teenage son or daughter, or maybe just anybody else who wants to be the storyteller, sometimes you can let that go to other players. The younger players are capable of telling stories and being characters other than the ones they've chosen. We call those non-player characters. But in this case, Lily's going to take on a different one. So, ready? The princess is hungry. I've got to find something to eat for her. Oh, look over there. There's a fish stand. I'll get her a fish. She'll like that. Hi.
Hey, Dad.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. I am needing some fish. Yeah, I see you're a fish stand here, and we're hungry. I need some fish.
I'm out of fish.
Well, it says you're a fish stand. I need some fish.
I don't have fish.
Well, what do you have?
We have some latkes in the back.
You got latkes?
Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
I'm surprised. All right, well, that's excellent. Because you always have taters, precious. All right, well, great. I'll have an order of latkes to go. Make it 2 orders.
Okay, I'll go ask my brother first. I heard you need latkes.
Yes. That would be 2 orders of latkes. And with sour cream would be nice.
With sour cream?
Yes.
I'll go, I think my brother Tom might be done with it. Here, I'll go tell him that they need sour cream as well.
Do you think I can get applesauce with that too? I should ask at least, right? That's the nice thing. All right.
I heard you wanted sour cream as well.
I
my
do.
brother Foot told me.
Yes, sour cream with the latkes and applesauce too, please.
Applesauce too? Okay.
If it's not a problem. Nice stand. No fish. No fish. It's a fish stand, no fish.
Okay.
Here we are.
Coming out. So here is your applesauce. It's in my hat.
Oh, well, obviously, okay.
Applesauce and your sour cream and my brother.
Latkes? 2 orders.
Yeah, the latkes are coming. My brother Foot's almost done with them.
Well, all right. I've got the applesauce. That looks nice. Not too chunky. Sour cream. It's okay. It's fresh.
Latkes.
Latkes. Oh, very. Oh, and they're hot. Whoa. Here, hold that for a second. Here, let me put this in my bag. Whoa, hot. Ooh. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Lifesaver. Oh, hey, wait. Here. Here's some coins. Thank you.
Could I have some for my brother?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Here. Thank you.
Cha-ching.
Good. Hey, okay, so when you're doing this imagination play, you can have props, you can do costumes, we'll come to that later. You can do a lot of things. One of the things you can do if you're gonna do any kind of like play fight is that you can have swords, and you've seen us draw our imaginary swords, but now we're gonna pick up, well, lots of sticks happen to fall in parks, and so it makes for easy and fun toys to play with. Be super careful. Not everybody has to play this way, but you can if you like. All right, so that's what we're gonna demo right now. Here we go. Whoa! It's a monster. He's got our food. Oh, he's. All right, hang on. All right, he's a big one too. All right, I have my sword and my dagger. We have to stop him. All right. Oh, that didn't help. I think I just made him angry. Oh. Okay.
He ran off.
He ran off into the woods. We injured him. He's run off into the woods. He's pretty big and pretty angry. What should we do? Should we go back out into the woods and try and get our food back?
No, we might get lost.
That's a, there was another Sam sandwich in there too. Ugh, oh well.
We probably can find it again, right?
Maybe. Are we gonna go after the bear?
No, I think it's too dangerous.
I think it's probably a good idea. All right. Well, obviously we shouldn't stay here anymore.
Obviously.
All right. Well, let's go.
You could wear a costume. Or maybe just a funny hat. Or just wear your regular street clothes.
So that is our walk and role play. We hope you enjoy this. Lily, is there anything else they should know about this?
Well, you should know that it's all fun and games until someone gets hurt by getting hit by a stick.
Yes. Safety first. Always safety first. And this is something that you can share with groups. We've had them out here with Lillian and her cousins, and we've had larger groups when we've gone camping and played the same sort of game. So there's lots of opportunity, and the bigger the group, the more you have to organize it, but sometimes it just kind of organizes itself. So if you're a storyteller, take a few minutes to think about the story you want to tell. The hero's journey is always a fun one to take your players on, but it doesn't have to be the only one. What else?
It's okay to play the villain, because normally it's really fun to play a villain and having the other people in your group have to face off against you without actually hurting each other.
Right. So you can think about how if your group is big enough, you can build like maybe two groups working together or working sort of side by side or not at all. It depends on the storyteller and also the experience of the story of the players, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, so keep it simple to start. You can use any fractured fairy tales you like, or anything that inspires you. Hey, let's finish our walk, shall we?
Sure.
All right, thanks. Have fun. Go for a walk.